Welcome back to the 2024 Tire Rack One Lap of America, presented by Grassroots Motorsport Magazine, with coverage this year brought to you by Hooked on Driving, Everyday Driver, and the Valente Group. Bryan and I are joined today by some HODs, Mike and Mona Arrigo. Welcome, Mike and Mona. How you doing?
Thanks for having us
Thanks
on
for
here.
having us.
I'm very happy to be on here finally.
That's the Bryan greeting. So,
Yes.
Mike and Mona, why don't you tell us a little bit about the car you're bringing this year, who you're representing, and why you're coming along this year?
Well, we are bringing a 2022 M4 Competition X Drive because Mona wants to be comfortable. Why are we doing it this year? I've done it for a couple of years now. I've wanted to do it for many years, as you know, and then one year, one of the competitors' son kind of stepped out. He said, "Hey, I'm already registered. Want to do this? Do you want to come with me?" And now I am hooked on it every single year. Our team, as you said, is Team Hooked on Driving, Team HOD. Mona and I were the owners of Hooked on Driving over the last 10 years. As of this year now, I think you've already got them on camera, is Mark Mattice and Cody Russo have taken over the reins. This is our kind of transition year, but it should be interesting and give me a lot more time to drive now and to enjoy the track a little bit.
There you go. And so, yeah, go ahead, Mona. Let's hear from you.
I love being around the tracks. I love being around the people. I don't, as you know, not yet anyway, I don't drive on track. However, it's a great atmosphere and it's a lot of fun. And I love watching Michael enjoy himself.
There you go.
Oh,
So let's go into the Hooked on Driving aspect for a moment, because you're right. We spoke with Mark and Cody and Claire. She was out as well for that one, and they've taken over the reins. But now you get to sit back and watch the fruit of your labor. And you guys ran it for 10 years. I mean, that's a long time. And, having been around you guys for that duration as well, I mean, I know the kind of work that you put into it. And quite honestly, a lot of one-lappers are part of the HOD family too. They're either at track events and you're going to see them out there. What kind of a sense of satisfaction, if that's the right word for it, do you get from seeing all these individuals who, even somebody like Bryan Valente, for example, who got his start at one of your events, now doing the one lap, sponsoring it as well through his group? What type of satisfaction do you get from that, knowing that you were the catalyst for a lot of these guys?
Oh, tremendously. I mean, that's why we did it, for the love of the sport, the love of the people. And it's been some of the most fulfilling years of my life.
Yeah. Well, pretty much the same. So I got started at Hooked on Driving's first event when they first became a franchise, originally with Joe Mills. And I've kind of been a kind of on and off fixture throughout the whole years. We helped run it with our old partner Chris Liu for about 2 years, and then we bought the franchise, and eventually then me and Mona came on there. I love doing it. I just almost like a child, you've seen it grow out the years, and now college is over and they're going out, and we're still here. Parents never really leave, but we it does its own thing, and it's definitely progressed and made unbelievable changes. We've made some of the best friends. We're lifetime friends here. Mark, for one, his first event after he bought his Roush was with Hooked on Driving, and
I was an instructor.
I go from A driver with you to owner, and now I can start driving. And Mona could be an A driver one day if we push her enough.
A little bit. Yeah. It'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you the transition, at NJMP sort of that weekend, that was kind of special. And it was, I guess, serendipitous and sort of lucky that we had, I think, all of the owners of HOD Northeast were there. I mean, we had Joe Mills, you had Fred, we have you guys there. I think the only missing element was Chris out of all of that. And that was really nice to see. It was a special moment for sure.
Yeah, we had John was there.
Yep.
So yeah, we had pretty much the only one missing from the entire team
Chris Lib.
was Chris and Bridget.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's true.
That's the only person who is. But yeah, it's kind of I love watching it grow. I love the people we've met more than anything, and it's been a family. And like the same way we've been taken in by them, we've taken everyone else in, and we're going to continue to do so. It's we just do it because we love it. That's all. That's the only reason behind it. I don't think anyone in their right mind could have put up with this if they didn't really love doing this sport.
That's for sure. All right, Brian, what do you got?
But I've noticed through my few years with HOD now and my many years with One Lap, the generational aspect where you've got fathers, grandfathers, mothers, daughters, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you bringing the girls in to Hooked on Driving now. I've been able to see Jessica drive on track quite a few times now. How do you think that how does HOD and One Lap go forward generationally, bringing the next generation in on down the line?
I think it's very organic.
Yeah, I foresee our symbiotic relationship in a way where we organically belong together. We're doing this non-competitively for fun. One Lap is there. It has a great benefit to everyone. It brings that fun aspect in a fun, competitive way. There's no Red Bull sponsorship. You have it in the back door to just really support it that live for you. And as we see fathers and sons do this, husbands and wives, fathers, daughters, mothers, daughters, all throughout the range of different ages, we see the same thing at our events. I can't tell you how many people are coaches or organizers from different, and they will bring their children to our event to learn and to do things, as opposed to other places where they teach or are representatives of and such. So, I mean, that brings me joy to say we must be doing something right if you can go anywhere you want, but you've chosen to bring your child here to learn with us, and that's fantastic. And it's we've seen a couple people prep with us because their families are going to now do One Lap, and like Mark and Cody have come through on One Lap because of you and us have done it. I did it with Mark last year. There's quite a few people. I think as time goes on, I mean, you don't just watch a video and see it. Someone talks about it and you just see the unbelievable joy talking about it. Like, I want to be part of that. And then, next thing you know, you're either signed up quick enough or in your wait list hoping for someone not to come. And, and that's the beauty of it. And I think that, everyone's done such a fantastic job. You two are such a big part of that. Thank Brock and, God rest his soul, and Brock Jr. for keeping the spirit alive.
Absolutely. And we kind of talk about frequently, outside of the safety. So let's say that the safety element's a given. So we know that Brock, his sort of, I guess what he wants to be remembered for more than anything is that he ran a safe event. We didn't, have anybody injured, and clearly that's the same thing with HOD. But outside of the safety element, what do you think you're the most proud of during your tenure there?
At One Lap would be passing Brock at 165. I wasn't driving. And my most precious moment, I think, was I was actually coaching one day, and I about a month or two later, I get an email from a person thanking me and explaining that if the things that I taught him prepared him to not panic, and he was in a situation in the highway, and if it wasn't for what he did on track with us, him and his family would not have survived because he was able to control a car and knew what to do. And I think that that brings out a lot. I mean, the smiles, the joy, the stories, but something like that says, okay, I did something really meaningful there. And I think a lot of the coaches and our staff members have stories like that where you brought something tangible to people's lives, not just, a driving event. It's so much more than that. The driving part is one aspect, but that family aspect at night is there. And I've seen people, become boyfriend, girlfriend, get married at our events now because they met there. And it's great. I love that. But that's probably the most proud moment I think I have when I said I did something right and someone attributes them and their family being alive today because of something, hey, we take it for granted. You're in the car with it, you teach them something, you don't know the impact that you will have on that person. I mean, look, look what you did to Mark. Now, poor Mark is stuck here.
It's true. It's true. It's a gateway drug. No, but I think you bring up a really valuable point and one that we don't often talk about or really associate with HPDE events, right? We think about it in terms of being able to go fast. But there are inherent skill sets that you are developing, learning how to put your foot all the way through the floor on the brake pedal, learning how to keep your eyes up and look through it and identify hazards. These are all things that, subconsciously you're drilling into yourself and being smooth, because we all know big accidents are a culmination of a lot of little things going wrong. And more of those little things you can get out of your head or, drill out, I think the likelihood of you being a much better driver and safer driver increases exponentially.
Yep.
Bryan, what do you got?
Yeah, one of the things that I look forward to the most with one lap and with HOD is the social aspect. The social time at one lap is amazing. The parking lot parties are legendary, but I'm sorry, they do not hold a candle to the cookouts that Mike and Mona put on.
Thank you. It is a lot of fun. It really, really is. That's I think my most calm part of the day is like pretty much at 6:01 or whenever that checkered flag is out and the last car comes in. I'm like, bottle caps and grill on. That's it. So, and next thing you know, it's like, wow, we got to get up at 6 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's get going. And that's the fun part, and thank you for that. I appreciate that because that's part of it that we really, really love doing. And it's part of the event almost as much as the driving portion now. So I really love it.
And I still have to get you back for putting burger wrappers in the back of my truck last year.
That was completely incidental. I don't know how that happened.
It was just a windy day. Stuff happens, Bryan.
No, it was not. It was not windy.
Weird vortexes. It's it just happens, Bryan. You're used to it. Wind follows you wherever you go.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
My truck smelled like burgers for a month.
And you loved every drive.
Why are these dogs chasing my truck all the time? Oh my God! At least we didn't leave the burgers in there. That would have been bad.
Oh my God!
So I would have UPS those to you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I gotta make better regular mail. By the time they get there, it's fermented longer.
Yeah.
Oh, they would have already been bad when I found them.
How do I make it up to you without finding burger wrappers in the back of the M4?
There's not much.
Yeah. This devious mind is already spinning.
All right, hide the key, lots of doors.
That's between you two. I don't want no part of it.
Oh no, Mona, I'm leaving you completely out of it.
So while she's on one lap with me, I'm safe.
Oh Lord.
You think? Let your guard down. That's right. So
he won't do that to you. If after you leave is on trouble.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. So Mona, let's chat for a moment. So I know you've sort of been out on the one lap before. I guess you were with Bridget hauling around a little bit. What are you looking forward to this year, and what are you expecting in terms of it being a bit different? Because you guys you're a team now. I mean, it's just the two of you.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the all of the social stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing him out on track in that car because it's very cool and I love it. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking forward to being able to actually do some of the transit driving since Fred didn't let me drive and just the whole event. Let's put it that way. Very much. I've been looking forward to it since last year. when I didn't get to go because he went with Mark.
Now here's the question: Did you get your shot from Howard then?
I got it. Yes, I did.
Yes.
So you've had your shots.
Yes.
So she is the
Okay.
lap dog, not a lap puppy this
So
time
she's
around.
okay. So you're a fully fledged lap
Yeah.
dog. Okay.
We got there rather late. Most of the festivities were over by that time.
Last call was everywhere except Howard's.
But
Yes.
yes, I did.
Okay. Very good.
I am looking forward to some this year.
So track wise, what are you most looking forward to, and what are you sort of most ambivalent about when it comes to tracks?
I am very much looking forward to the forecast I saw of not 5 days of rain this year. That's what I'm really looking forward to, because I'm looking, sun, 60s, 70s, 60s, 70s. As
Yeah, but
opposed
you're looking in Miami.
No, Mona went today
No,
and
I
actually
actually-
looked at the forecast for every one of the tracks, put it on a nice spreadsheet for me, and I'm like, wait a second,
Yeah.
there's nothing that's 40 degrees. You sure you have the right tracks listed?
Okay, so Mona's going to be our weather girl now. So as we start the broadcast, then we're going to have Mona come and tell us what the weather is supposed to be for the day, and then the next day. So you are
Sure.
our weather girl from now on.
Sounds good.
Can she be like one of the Telemundo weather girls?
Yes, that was my first choice, but they were busy. They were busy.
Oh,
Something I don't know. They said something about IMSA, but that was it. So we have little do they know that what they're missing out on.
Okay,
That's
But-
true.
but really, down in terms of tracks. So what are you looking forward to the most, and what are you kind of leery about maybe?
I'm not really leery about everything. The only thing maybe the car is very new to me.
Yeah.
I'm very comfortable in a mid-engine car.
Mhm.
I've done pretty much Corvettes my whole life, so this is my first venture into a powerful BMW as opposed to a overpowered Miata, which would the E36 kind of was for a long time. So this is a new animal to me. It's extremely fast. And I kind of just start to get to trust the car. I know it's unbelievably capable. I just haven't
which
really
tracks?
got that. I don't know. I'm actually looking forward to our first track. I think it's Highland.
Iraq?
Hastings.
The what skid
Hastings.
pad?
HRT. Is it Highland?
Hastings.
Highland or
Hastings.
High Plains?
That's the second track.
Where's the first track?
Hastings,
Hastings.
in Nebraska.
Hastings. That's the one.
Nice and flat.
That's the one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, it's sort of like a big
runoff.
autocross course.
Yeah, basically lots and lots of runoff where I don't have to worry about it, as opposed to something like the S's at Watkins Glen, like what's coming up next. So I don't know the track that well. I've only seen some videos, but that's a track where I was like, okay, I can push a little hard and see what's what, and I'm not going to be in a dangerous situation.
Mhm.
But that's
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one. Pit race is kind of the one that's going to a little bit because I have a lot of days there and probably like 5 laps total, because when you run events,
Yeah.
it's hard to get you on track. So I'm kicking myself for all those days I've had there. I'm like, Jesus, I should have 300 laps there every year, and I have like 5 over all the years. So I just I kind of mix up a couple curves, some back and forth. So I'm studying a little bit. So that's the one that's going to worry me a little bit more than the other ones.
Okay.
And NCM, if I could do it in that torrential rainstorm, I can do it dry.
There you go. Awesome. All right, Bryan, what else you got?
So, Mona, this is your second one lap official. We asked kind of Mike what he was looking forward most to, and you said a lot of the social parts of the country that we're venturing out to that maybe you have not been to. What are you looking forward to see from the glass of the M4?
I've been to most of where we're going. I hope that I have like a half a second to run and see the museum at NCM, because that's something that I wanted to see like since before the cave-in.
She's gonna leave me at the
I
track
don't
all by
know.
myself, unsupervised. Holy crap! We're in
There's
trouble.
plenty of time.
I don't know. I just love traveling. I mean, we're 2 idiots that used to like just hop in the car to drive to like Maine for crab cakes or Philly for cheesesteaks or
What do you want?
wherever. We used to go all over the
Yeah.
place, but never west. It was always up and down the coast.
Mhm.
So heading west, it's just, I haven't ventured much past Pitt.
We're bringing
Let's put it that
bicycles
way.
this time.
Yes, and we're
There you
bringing.
So that'll be an interesting scene because I'm pretty much, from what it looks like, the first person to put a bike rack on top of an M4 competition X Drive.
It was that could almost be what was it? The Ferrari Superfast? Was it the 812 Superfast that had one on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
So
way,
yeah.
Yeah.
So they had to call BMW, and they're like, because it didn't list it properly. So they actually had to get whatever senior person involved to say, yes, this will work. This is the one for a carbon fiber roof. Good luck.
Is it just the suction cup that goes on the roof there to
No,
hold it?
it's
It
two
bolts
bars.
into the
and then
frame.
So what does it
you
have?
know,
Sort of like right at on the frame of the car. It's got the little
Yep.
flip up and yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
and it actually had the nuts and everything already, so I didn't have to do any modifications. They were already in there, unlike some of the previous M's.
It was super easy.
Yeah, it went in there, so that should be interesting.
Nice.
So it should be cool. Hopefully, knock on wood, it stays on top of the car.
If not, at least you still got a car, so you can get her
Well,
home.
Yeah, hopefully hopefully we'll actually do well enough that we'll be able to, be kind of more towards the beginning rather than the end of each day. That way, if something does fall off, I can call up and say, I just realized the bike is missing. Anyone pass it yet? Can you grab it for me? But,
Nice.
yeah, so
Very
I'm so
cool.
thankful I have a transit driver. So, and now for the first time, a seat that reclines where I can actually rest, because we were with the C7 didn't have it in there.
It certainly didn't.
The back seat of the Blackwing didn't have it. The C8 didn't have it in there. So it'll be nice to be able to actually recline with some noise canceling headphones.
Nice. I think you guys are going to have a great time,
Yeah.
and it's always an absolute pleasure when we get to chat with you guys. You talk about the social element again, and I think before we start wrapping up, Bryan, you've heard me say it to you, but all the other, I think if you were to ask me what your sort of legacy was with HOD, I put it this way. I said, if you go to any of the other DE events out there, it's transactional, right? And you go up, you pay your amount, you go up, you get a wristband. They tell you when you're going out, and that's pretty much the beginning and end of it, right? I don't think I've been to any group or around any group where when people walk in, it's immediately smiles and hugs and a very familiar atmosphere. So I think you guys should be very, very proud in the fact that that's how you have departed with your tenure at HOD. And I think that's something that's absolutely phenomenal and something that is completely symbiotic with the One Lap and how we are as a family and what you created with HOD. So, a round of applause on our side for you guys for doing that for those many years.
We couldn't do it without the good people that were out there, and which you guys are a big part of over the years to kind of really help us. So thank you guys. I appreciate that.
We just stand around and look pretty. You guys do all the hard work, so that's fine.
Yeah, I think you guys do a lot of hard work too. But no, thank you. Good to know that that we made an impact somewhere. So thank you. I appreciate kind words. I don't take compliments well, as you could say.
That's okay. We like getting you red on camera. It's fun. Well, we're absolutely looking forward to hanging out for a week with you guys. Starting pretty soon, we've got just about a week to go until we're all going to descend on South Bend, and until all the daily live coverage starts. And now that we have a weather girl, we'll be able to add another feature to the One Lap this year. And so it's going to be great. So, Bryan, what do we have? We have Brock is going to take the Tesla. He's already agreed to that.
Yeah.
To see if he can beat Andrew. Well, he's gonna. We asked him to. Andrew DeKonig was saying that for some reason they really struggle with the wet skid pad, and we suggested Brock should take it to see if he can beat them, and if so, then they automatically get a point deduction. So Brock's gonna take it to do the initial skid pad to show everybody how it's done. We now have a weather girl, which is going to be awesome. We have Steve Byington with the terrible dad jokes. So we are just building this out this year, every bit. So looking forward to that.
I heard you got a kick-ass Toyota coming.
Yeah.
We do have something pretty cool. We're gonna be talking with them hopefully later this week. I know Andrew Brownfield, if you're watching, I sent you the link again. You're supposed to sign up for something. Otherwise, we're just gonna make up stuff about you. We've done it before. We'll do it again.
We have pictures.
We have photos, right, from years past. We have many photos, Brownie. So, yeah, it's going to be a good one this year. Mike and Mona, any final thoughts before we wrap up?
No, just thank you to everyone that's
Looking forward to it.
yeah, I just want to thank everyone that's always made all our track events just memories that will last a lifetime. And hopefully we've given people the same type of memories because you guys have given it to us. And this once a year, as we look forward to it almost all year, just to say, let's get there. It might be just that one day on the drive home where it's like, thank God it's over. Get home, I'm like, oh my God, we got to wait till how long before the next one, you know? And that's about it. But I just look forward to every year. Thank you so much to both of you for everything you put into everything. And you make it what it is. You really do.
We appreciate that very much. And at least look, this way you don't have to rush home for Mother's Day because she's right next to you, right? So that works out well. So.
Whole rank can tell the kids they got to meet us out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Full rank, Mom.
I might do.
So,
well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate it. For the 2024 Tire Rack One Lap of America, presented by Grassroots Motorsport Magazine, with coverage brought to you by Hooked on Driving, Everyday Driver, and the Valente Group. I'm Solomon, that's Bryan, and that's Mike and Mona. Thanks so much for joining us.
thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Welcome back to the 2023 Tire Rack One Lap of America, presented by Grassroots Motorsport Magazine, with coverage brought to you by Hooked on Driving. What?
2024.
What did I say?
23.
I'm an idiot. All right, let me try that again.
Cut.
All right. In 5. Don't get it wrong, you dumbass.